In my next video, I'm going to have a rocket. Now, I want the rocket engines to be like light drive engines. And that was simple. You just go over here to the material for the output of the engines, set up an emission color and an emission strength, and it will glow. You can see the little edge of glowing light around the casing of the engine. But I wanted to cycle colors so that those engines are pulsating. Now, when I look for help online and in YouTube for color cycling, you have people talking about setting keyframes. Sure, you could use a color ramp and set keyframes on the factor and have it sweep between a number of colors. I don't want to have to set up keyframes. I want just to turn these engines on at the beginning of the video and have them pulsate through the whole video. Well, to do that, you just do something based on the frame number, because the frame number is ever increasing. So how can we turn a frame number into a color sweep? So let's go to the shader, and as you can see, the color itself doesn't take a numeric value. You could feed in a color into it. So let's take a look at what I did. So what I have here is a color ramp, and I go from a yellow color to a reddish color to a yellowish color. And if I hook that up to the emission color, you can see it just did something. And if I change this factor, you can see it sweeps. How did I get a nice sweep? I'm using HSV color model, and I'm saying near. When you say near, it's going to follow the near path from color to color. So change the factor. Let's do it with a frame count. Well, you can't put the frame count in here because the frame count increases up into large numbers, and factor has to range between 0 and 1. So what I need is, I decided, a sawtooth that goes from 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1. That is simple. I'll hook it up to the factor. What I have is a truncate modulo node where I enter in the frame. You would type pound frame there, and I do it mod 10. That's going to give me numbers as the frames increase. It's going to give me numbers 0 through 9, and I want them to be 0 through 1, so I put a divide node and I divide by 9. So now it'll range exactly as fractions 0 through 1, and that will do what we want. And if we hit spacebar, you can see it pulsates. That's the tip. Here's a little extra. If it's pulsating too fast for you, you can change this to 20, change this to 19, hit spacebar, and it'll pulsate slower. That's the tip.